Hello, Magic the Gathering enthusiasts and adventurers. We're going to go ahead and open up another box of Collector Edition. Obviously, it's Modern Horizons 2. You can see just by looking at it. Yeah, this is going to be an amazing and epic box opening, but boy, are these things expensive. I mean, I just don't understand. I mean, I don't think they can get more expensive where people, be afford this, but you know what? Let's go ahead and get cracking into these packs and see what we can get. If we can get some value that makes it worth it purchasing this collector box. So, all right, let's just jump right into it and see what we got. This one's like got the crinkly sort of like loose plastic, but it's sealed. I checked it out, but it's just got like the weird crinkly plastic that isn't like all sealed up the way it should be. But yeah, I mean, I obviously looked at all the previews and been kind of looking at cards I want, and believe it or not, I don't really, Fetchlands are pretty cool and all. Just what I'll say is that there's a lot of other cards I would like to get, like the Urza Land and some of the other things that are in this. So let's go ahead and check it out and see what we can pull out of here. In the comments, tell me what you guys got. See if you got anything that was good in here, and we'll go from there, and maybe we can do some comparisons to see kind of what we're looking at. All right, so let's go ahead and get cracking into these packs. I'm going to go ahead and grab that one. Let's see what happens. All right, well, obviously you get a token. All right, well, I know that I think it was like the top 5 are going to be common, so we'll take a quick look at them. I'm going to kind of slow roll this box because, you're going to enjoy it just as much as I do as I go ahead and walk through the set. So, let's see. He's pretty good for, I guess, zombie decks. Here's a battlefield. Search your library for a card. Put that card in the graveyard, then shuffle. I guess good for dredge if you're going to play a dredge deck. Abiding Grace. At the beginning of your end step, choose one. You gain 1 life. Return target creature card with mana value 1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, that's kind of cool. If you have a lot of 1-drop creatures, that's really useful. And of course, the mountain is etched foil. Now, this is unique for a basic land, but you know what? Looks like Wizard's quality control. It kind of failed on this one too. I mean, you can see right there where there's like a mark on it. I've heard there's been some quality control issues on some of these cards, which is kind of unfortunate considering the price tag for the product. So, we'll see where that goes here in the court of public opinion, right? So we got a Necrogoyf. Necrogoyf's power is equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player discards a card. It's madness. We have I think this is one of the hand-drawn ones, or at least very pretty. Wow. The beginning, that's okay. Whenever you discard a card, each opponent mills 2 cards. That's kind of cool for discard decks. So sorry about that. We'll drop it there. Another hand-drawn card. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card unless that player pays X, where X is the Esper Sentinel's power. It's a pretty awesome card. We have the classic style border and frame. Oh, okay. I'm checking to see if this is... I don't know if they foil the whole thing, or is it just like the old school where they just foil the outer edge. I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. And we'll see here. Oh, looks pretty good. Alright, we got another one, a Talisman of Creativity. And then, okay, we've got the Underworld Cookbook. Alright then. Guess it's a bit different than the Anarchist Cookbook, I guess. We got this dragon, this Elder Dragon. Again, legacy frame with I think it's etched foil? Yeah, it's an etched foil. So, flying lifelink at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Puro the Volatile lest you pay red, white, and a black. When he dies, it deals 7 damage to each non-net legendary creature. That's pretty cool. Alright, we got another hand-drawn Harmonic Prodigy. Prowess, if an ability of a shaman or other wizard you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Pretty cool. And of course our token. So far, well, I mean, this is pretty interesting. Nothing that, like blows my mind here. Nothing too crazy, but we'll see what we can, to even come out with. All right, so Foundry Helix, Kitchen Imp, Burdened Aerialist, Disciple of the Sun, Young Necromancer, Tireless Provisioner, and there's our mountain. Let's see this one. Now this one's just fine, so obviously it looks like there's no weird marks on that one. Chitter Spritter is our full, no, actually this is, well, I guess that is kind of full art, but without the borderless frames, so that's pretty cool. We've got a hand-drawn Ravenous Squirrel, pretty. Another hand-drawn card, Sylvan Anthem. Green creatures you control get +1/+1 whenever a green creature enters the battlefield under control. Scry 1. Cool. We got Mind Collapse. If it's your turn, you may sacrifice the mountain rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. I suppose that could be useful. Scale up until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes a green worm and has base power and toughness 6/4 for 1. It's actually kind of cool. And let's see, we've got Aeromoeba. Flying, discard a card, switch Aeromoeba's power and toughness until end of turn. Not bad. And I believe this is a foil. Yeah, it's a etched foil. Just the old style frame, or the new style frame, I'm sorry, the new stuff. So sacrifice a creature, Goblin Bombardment, deals 1 damage to any target. I could see that eventually getting really useful. Thought Monitor, affinity for artifacts. Flying, when Thought Monitor enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. It's pretty useful. It's high casting cost, though. 7 casting costs to get that out seems a bit high, but you never know. We'll see. Oh, I suppose the benefit of drawing the cards may be built into the cards' abilities and casting, all that stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and start moving through some of these commons. Okay. Sea Drake, Archfiend of Sorrows, and then, okay, this should be the Etched Foil Swamp. So this one looks like it's in good shape. I don't think there's any damage to it, which is good news. Sacrificer in Vac is our extended frame. Phantasmal Dreadmaw is the, oh, well, there it comes. Phantasmal Dreadmaw. Trample, when Phantasmal Dreadmaw becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Alright, so here's our Urza's Saga card. This would be, I believe, like the hand-drawn version of it. Pretty cool. This card's definitely been going up in value lately. I've heard it has a lot of use in Modern, so obviously for its first, if you know how sagas work, it comes into play on the first turn, and then you can do the first thing. The next turn it does the second thing, and the third turn it does the third thing. Then I believe, of course, it's discarded after you get to step 3 on the 4th turn. Basically, you gain, obviously, a colorless mana. It gains pay to sacrifice or create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. And, of course, this allows you to search your library for a Mana Crypt, a Soul Ring, whatever you want to get with a 0 or a 1 casting cost. That's really, really super, super overpowered. That's an amazing card. This is Kitchen Imp. Just a regular old foil. Put it, I guess, over there, maybe? Okay. Glimmer Bairn. Okay. Lava Belly Sliver. Okay. I got an Ooze. Looks like a Yeevee Progenitor Ooze. Am I reading that right? Okay. And a Marsh Flats, an old school Marsh Flats. Well, I mean, yeah, well, I guess, yeah. I mean, it's just the old frame on a Marsh Flats. So that's kind of cool. All right, and a Squirrel token. Well, Marsh Flats, that's actually probably worth something. The big question mark is, can we get up to like $350 worth of cards out of here? You know, Wizards is, I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, I'm almost wondering, what do you think? Do you think that these boxes are worth it at these prices? Or should we really be coming down in price on some of this stuff? Okay, so there's our plane. Ooh, that planes is really nice. Look at that. I really like this planes. It's really, the thunderstorm in the background. It looks like there's a, I want to say there's like a like a priestess or something out by that tree. That's a really pretty card. That I like a lot. Damn! Jeez, I had to say it. Damn! I mean, this is like the meme card of the set, but I'm sure they did that on purpose. Damn, that's funny. Lens flare. Okay. For affinity for artifacts, Lens Flare deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Okay. Hand drawn. We got Murktide Regent. It's a dragon. When he enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each instant and sorcery card exiled with it. Whenever an instant or sorcery card leaves your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter. I guess if you're, getting a lot of stuff out of your graveyard, that could make a lot of sense. Now we have a Aethersworn Sphinx, affinity for artifacts with Cascade. We'll set that. It's a foil. We'll put it there. Another Aeromoeba. Okay, whatevs. Tide Shaper, Merfolk Wizard. It's got a kicker of 1. When Tide Shaper enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, target land becomes an island as long as Tide Shaper remains on the battlefield. Tide Shaper gets +1/+1 for as long as an opponent controls an island. Okay, I suppose that could be useful. Chainer, Nightmare Adept. Discard a card. You may cast a creature spell from your graveyard. This turn, activate only once each turn. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if you didn't cast it from your hand, it gains haste until your end of turn. Pretty cool. We did get a foil. This is a Dialthi Voidwalker. It has Shadow. Now, Shadow, if I remember correctly, creatures with Shadow can only block or be blocked by creatures with Shadow, which is kind of a good mechanic if you're going to get something that can get through and on damage without getting blocked by your opponent. So if a card would be put in an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a void counter on it. Sacrifice the sky, choose an exile card an opponent owns with a void counter on it. You may play it this turn without paying its mana cost. That's actually really good. I mean, he's only 2 for black. I mean, that seems to be a really good card. And a clue token. So this seems like it would not be very useful in a certain deck type that causes opponents to drop things into the graveyard. So I say that's a good one. Alright, let's go ahead and skip through some of these commons and uncommons. Okay, so here's our swamp. Is there anybody in the background in this one? Let's take a look. I don't know. It kind of looks like the Swamps of Sadness from Neverending Story. It's a pretty card, though. Alright, we got a Diamond Lion. Discard your hand, sacrifice Diamond Lion. Add 3 mana of any one color. Activate only as an instant. Okay. Faithless Salvaging, discard a card, then you draw a card. Okay, so this is just common. Obsidian Charmoss, excuse me. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each land your opponent controls that would produce no mana. Wow. Flying, when Obsidian Charmaw enters the battlefield, destroy target non-basic land and opponent controls. That's actually really powerful. Wow. You put that in a Kalia deck, that could start to get really, really powerful really quick. Nested Shambler. You must be, yeah, he's a zombie. When Nested Shambler dies, create a X tapped 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens, where X is the Nested Shambler's power. Okay. Abundant Harvest. It's a common. Goblin Archaeomancer. Each spell you cast that's red or green costs 1 less to cast. That's actually useful. Jeez. And a red-green deck? I actually have a red-green deck. He can go in. He's going to be useful. Glimpse of Tomorrow. It's one of these suspend cards. Shuffle all permanents you own into your library, then reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Put all non-aura permanent cards revealed this way onto the battlefield. Then do the same for aura cards. And then the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay, that's cool. Well, looks like we got Dakon. He's got Travail, exile target creature. You may put an artifact card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. Seems pretty useful. Alright, Dakon it is. And again, I think it's the hand-drawn version. You know, I don't know how to think about them. The hand-drawns are really kind of cool. I like it. at the same time, I'm also thinking, well, I don't know. I mean, I know you can get that in the set box as well. So I think rarity-wise, I don't think it's a very rare card that'll hold a lot of, you know, value or anything like that, you know. All right, so here we go. We got the mountain. It's gonna be calibrated blast as our extended art. Kitchen imp is gonna go there. Shardless agent with cascade. It's a good card. Fairy Seer, flying. When it comes and enters the battlefield, you can scry 2. Alright. That here. Rakdos, headliner. See what he does. Nested Shambler again. We already had that one. Squirrel Mob, wow. Interesting on the etched there. It's like an etched, but it's non-classic frame. Goblin Engineer, I think. Yeah, he enters the battlefield. You may search your library for an artifact card and put it in the graveyard and shovel. Has its uses if you have graveyard recursion for artifacts, so I can see why somebody would want that. So far, guys, I'm not too impressed with these pulls. I mean, they're okay. There's nothing too terrible about them. I just wish I would get some a little more stunning here for this video. So we'll see what we can pull out of this stuff. Okay, so these are our uncommons and commons, so we'll just run through those real quick. All right, there's our forest. Is there anybody in the forest? I don't think so. Okay. We got suspend as our extended arm. Late to dinner. Well, okay. Well, now it's definitely boosted the value of this box. So we got the Cabal Coffers. That was one of the cards on my list I wanted to get. So it's obvious what it does. You know, if you have more swamps, well, you get a lot of mana for that if you're playing, especially just a mono black deck. That's a good hit right there. World Weary. Okay, whatever. Ornithopter of Paradise. Oh, okay. It's a colorless Birds of Paradise. Okay, whatevs. That's pretty cool. And a counter spell. Okay. Whatever. We got Terrestrial Kavu. Domain. I barely remember domain. It's equal to the number of basic land types and lands you control. Discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Excel. Okay, well, he seems kind of interesting. I'll have to... Well, okay, so we got... This was a really good pack. So, we got, obviously, Cabal Coffers, and then Arid Mesa is the foil extended art. So this is the one that's going to hold value. I'm fairly certain that stuff like this will be the stuff you want to hold on to maintain value. A lot of these things, you know, I don't know, guys. I mean... I don't know that these etched now that Wizards is just going and printing up everything like that. I just don't know if some of this stuff's going to retain its value, but we'll see. Oh, a different forest. Okay. These are really pretty. Wow. Another Glimpse of Tomorrow. Okay. Well, we know that works. An Acolyte. Let's see. Whatever. Harmonic Prodigy. Well, that's good for trigger decks, for ETB triggers and stuff, and different other effects like that. Changeling. You can't block and can't be blocked. Okay. I guess he's unblockable then. That makes sense. Lens Flare. Okay. Another Fairy Seer. We already got that card. Well, we got the sword. This is a good... Another Glimpse of Tomorrow. Okay. Okay, well, we got the sword. Let's take a look at the sword first. So the sword, equipped creature gets +2/+2, have protection from black and white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to one target planeswalker and up to one target artifact. That's really useful. That's a good card. We'll put that in the happy place up there. I guess we'll put that there, but I mean, there's 3 of them in this box. Really? 3 Glimpse of Tomorrows? I guess I better learn how to use that card and, like, you know, put it in some decks or whatever. Okay. Alright, so we got, this is just our regular, you know, foils and whatnot. Alright, there's our land. Resurgent Belief. Alright, well, all return enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's useful. Your enchantment heavy deck. Alright. Pay 3 life. Sacrifice it. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Kind of cool. I think we already got that card. Mind Collapse. Sinkhole. Extruder. Sacrifice an artifact. Put a +1/+1 on target creature. Really good for artifact affinity decks. I could see its value there. Solitary confinement. I mean, your upkeep, sacrifice. Skip your draw. Oh, okay. I guess that's good. Give her a friend. Oh, wow. Well, it's an okay card, and I don't know. I already have a copy of Give Her Runes. I think that was in the previous Modern Horizons, if I remember correctly. So, not bad. Question is, between all this, I mean, what is this? Maybe like, I bet you this is what, 50 bucks, 60 bucks? 50, 60, maybe like 70, 80 there, and I don't know, maybe 10 bucks on that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up the prices. The question is, do you make your money back with these? Can you resell them if you have to? It's really getting to be a big question mark, especially the more products out there on the market. You know, you really wonder, you know, where this is all going and if it's going to be worth it to stay with this hobby at the prices that they're really pushing things for. So we got Solitude. I did want to get this card. When Solitude enters the battlefield, exile up to one target creature. That creature's controller gains life equal to its power. So it's almost got like a Swords to Plowshares built into the creature itself. So that's kind of cool. We have the Salvaging. Vile Entomber. What's the deal with this card? Enters the battlefield, search your library for a card and put that card in your graveyard. Well, okay, Graveyard Recursion. That's what that's about. Ornithopter Paradise. Okay, well, we got another Scalding Tarn. All right. So this is obviously going to retain some value. Question is how much? I mean, they're printing a crazy amount of Fetchlands, so my curiosity is, well, where's that going to go? You know? Where is that going to go, guys? What do you think? You know, at one point in time, it was a big deal to get Fetchlands, and now it's like, well, let's just put them in every box and put a bunch of them in there. Don't get me wrong, they have their utility. I know, you know, I've got decks I could use them in, but at the same time, like, if they reprint so many, I almost wonder if they're going to retain the collectability value. Okay. Each other enchantment you control. Okay, that could be useful. World Weary. Oh, Mistress Factory. Okay. That's not bad. It's not a great card, but it's kind of neat to see the art on it and everything. Let's see. We got Prismatic Ending. Heard about this card. Alright, not too bad, not too bad. Let's see here. Mind Collapse again. I've gotten a few of those. Shardless Agent. Alright, another Cascade. General Ferris Rokarik. Hexproof from monocolored. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a 4/4 red and white golem artifact. Could see him being useful. You know, he's got protection against something, so sure, why not? Last pack. Okay, is this the make it or break it pack? What's going to be in here? You know, I'm going to try to add up the values of these after the video and see what I can come up with. I'll put it in the... I'll go ahead and scan all these cards and see what kind of value I get out of this. You know, I didn't have any... Alright, I'm going to give it a shot, guys. I'm sure people have tried this, so I'm going to go ahead and see what we can do. Asmerano Mardica di Stinakuldakar. Asmora Nomardicata's, you know, why? Just why? I guess it's just to be funny or something. Alright, I'll put it over there. It's interesting. Lens Flare again. Okay, whatever. Imperial Recruiter. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That's a great card. It's a borderless. Would have been nice if it was foil, but still, borderless Imperial Recruiter is going to be going the happy place. Alright, Timeless Witness. Amoeba. Soul Snare. Mirari's Wake. I haven't seen this card in forever. I did actually need one, so it's a useful card in a lot of decks. And then Fury. Double Strike. When Fury enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. Evoke. Accelerate. Okay, well, that seems useful. And our food token. So, Well, guys, what do you think? I am pretty excited about the set. I mean, a lot of these cards are really beautiful, and the utility is great. I did get the sword. I get a sword, so I'm happy about that. I got the Arid Mesa for value. Hopefully, that retains its value because it's foiled. Mirari's Wake, Cabal Coffers was a good pull. I don't know what to say about this card. I'm assuming someday I'll figure out what I can do with it, whatever. Solitude. So we got some good pulls in here. Obviously, I'll be going through this pile and kind of feeling them out and see, what we've got in some of these other piles and check for utility, value, that kind of thing. But what do you think? Comments, tell me what you think about Wizards making these kind of products, getting the pricing for this kind of stuff. Are regular players being priced out of the market? I mean, I think about it, when I was a kid, I'd go to the card shop and I'd go buy a pack of cards. But now it's going to be like, if you're 12 and you got an allowance of like $20 a week, you can't even afford to buy one pack of this. You can't if you're, and I'm thinking, how is that good for the growth of the game if your player base, could be teenagers, they can't afford it, unless their parents give them the money. But, there's a lot of kids out there that they don't, I grew up kind of poor and, I never, I didn't have a lot of money to spend like that on this stuff. And I bought some packs and things when I was, 13 and 14. And it was a fun game. I've been sticking with Magic since I was a kid, and I enjoy it. But I think about it, like I said, can new people afford this? I don't know. I don't know, and I appreciate the quality of the cards and what Wizards is doing here. This is incredible. But at the same time, like, well, let's see where it goes, guys. Well, thanks for watching my videos. Please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to make about my videos, feel free to just, put them in the comments, and I'll be glad to, listen and answer, and we'll talk about that. But thanks for watching my stuff, and keep on playing Magic, guys. Bye.